If you've got this inkling that you've got something, a story to tell and someone to help, I just can't suggest it enough. Bring on your first mentor, and it will be way better for you and them if they are paid. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the show. Today, we're going to talk about the 2 best investments that entrepreneurs can make. So, obviously, you guys know I'm a big proponent of coaching. So that's the first one, but I'm going to talk about the second one in just a second, which is way more important from my perspective, and it's not what you think. Okay, so coaching. Why do you got to get a coach? Number one, anyone that wants to succeed at a high level, that's pretty much the first step from my perspective, whether it's going to be making a lot of money, being good at athletics, being an Olympic athlete. If you want to take what you currently have and absolutely maximize it, you have to get a playbook from someone that's already done it. And from my perspective, there's so much noise out there. This particular podcast shouldn't be about, hey, go get a coach. It should be more about how to hire the right coach. Because I think a lot of you listening to this know that you need to have a coach if you're going to push the limits. So I'll talk about how I think through this stuff. I have spent a ton of money, probably more money than anyone listening to this show, on coaching programs and mentorships. And some of them have been a total waste of money. Some of them have been extremely helpful. Even the ones that have been a waste of money, in my mind, I'm thinking through this right now, I think that even the one that I think was basically the worst coaching program I ever bought, it still got me way more than what I invested into it. All right. So I'll tell the story because it's probably something a lot of you can relate to. I joined a coaching program as my first action in real estate. I'm not going to say the name of the company, but a recognizable name that you would all know. It was $5,000, and I had, I think, weekly calls and some training modules. The training modules were very bad, and I didn't really learn a lot. But the coaching call, the person told me, hey, if you want to meet people that are in this niche and doing what you're doing, go to a website called meetup.com and search if there's any meetups in your area. And like, that alone was worth the $5,000. Now, it may sound silly because obviously I could Google around and find it, but the question is, how long would it have taken me to figure out that that's the website I should go to? And so I did it that week, and literally that is how I met all of my mentors, my actual mentors, some which were paid, some which were for free. And so when you go in to get a coach, you got to go in with this attitude that like, I'm going to actually take action. I'm going to do what they say. And I'm going to find a way to get a return on investment, regardless of how good or bad it is. Having said all that, I want you to get the right coach. So how do we do this? There's a ton of people out there that are creating free content. And so when you look at the space of YouTube videos, podcasts, webinars, you can get drowned out in the noise. And so as you go through this process of trying to find someone that you want to actually be mentored by, you should be trying to find someone that you see the world very similarly to, that is about 6 months or more ahead of you in the game, has done very closely resembles what you want to do, right? So they've done the things that are very closely aligned with you from a gut feel perspective, from a how you would navigate the industry perspective, whatever industry that is, and they've done the thing you want to do. And then if that's the case and they have a track record of doing that, and they're also interested in coaching, then you can close your eyes, put the blinders on, hire them, and just take action, and the results are going to come. A lot of the problems with people in the coaching world is that they don't actually hire someone that's done what they want to do. They hire someone that they know from social media or that they say they can get results, but because they haven't done exactly what they want to do, they don't believe them. And the big problem is that they don't put the blinders on and just take action. So it all starts as you got to view yourself as this level of confidence that you're going into this relationship with. What is the level of confidence that this person has executed on this plan, that other people have executed on that plan? And once you have that confidence, you can just simply take action and freaking go for it, because that's where you actually get results in coaching. Now, you probably all heard similar things in the past, and you probably knew that one of the best investments you can make as an entrepreneur is through coaching. So let's talk about the second one, which is mentorship. The best investments you can make as an entrepreneur is mentorship. And I don't mean other people mentoring you, which is kind of what we covered in coaching. I'm talking about you mentoring other people. The investment is your time, but the time can produce an incredible return for yourself if you focus it on helping other people get to the next level. And there's a lot of reasons for this, but Tony Robbins always talks about the true definition of mastery is when you can help someone become a master. When you can say things in a way that concisely communicates complicated ideas and takes someone from 0 to 1 or 1 to 2, that's when you really start to master this art and science of whatever it is that you want to become a master at. And so for me, it's raising capital. And I have raised quite a lot of money, but I didn't really get my black belt in raising capital from my perspective until I had to actually explain what I do on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annual basis. Plus, when you mentor someone, you have to stay above the curve. You have to stay ahead of the crowd. And so like this to me is a great way. Now, it doesn't mean that you need to be a coach. It doesn't mean that you need to start making revenue from this. It's just like, trust me as someone who has spent a lot of time focusing on mentorship, and I mean mentoring other people. That's the thing that took it to the next level. There's plenty of examples of this in real estate, in raising capital. But for me, honestly, the most pronounced one that I can ever imagine is in martial arts, right? Like I don't talk a lot about martial arts. It's not a big part of my life. I did jujitsu for like 6 months or so. But what was so clear to me is that the people that were coaches were the real masters, because everyone else was kind of relying on their intuition, kind of relying on the flow of the game and where they were weak and strong. But when you become a coach, when you have to break it down in a way that is a step-by-step process or framework, that's when you really start to get results. So if this is not already part of your business, just trust me. And I will say that it is also a great way to make money. It is a great way to make money. There's a reason that we've set up 2 businesses. One is real estate and one is coaching. And I don't know 2 better businesses out there. And I think they're very symbiotic. So if you've got this inkling that you've got something to tell and a story to tell and someone to help, I just can't suggest it enough. Bring on your first mentor, and it will be way better for you and them if they are paid, my friends, paid. So get out there, get some success, generate some success stories, and then start charging people, because all you got to do is be 6 months ahead of someone that you're mentoring, and you can save them 6 months. And that's who a lot of people is worth a lot of time. Boom. There's the top 2. Hope that helps.